Today, U.S. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg joining Governor Phil Scott and emergency responders on a tour of Vermont, looking at communities that had serious flooding damage. Afterwards, Secretary Buttigieg spoke to reporters about how the Biden administration plans to help. NBC5's Tyler Baronski was there. Tyler, what was his message to Vermonters?
Yeah, Alice, well, the focus of the news conference was on how Vermont will put the federal relief money to good use and how those dollars will help prepare Vermont for future natural disasters.
There are once-in-century storms that both federal and state leaders say Vermont has experienced twice in the span of 12 years. U.S. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg seen that damage firsthand, first stopping in Hardwick.
You see just how urgent it is to make sure these communities get the help that they need.
To help those neighborhoods, Vermont will be getting emergency federal relief money in two phases. The first is quick relief funding to help with immediate needs. Then the long-term help is through a reimbursable method where the state can take more time to better assess the exact needs of certain communities.
I know this is a state that's paying a lot of attention to making sure different communities are served well. The governor was pointing out the economic hardship that a lot of the communities we saw have already been through. We were looking at how areas like Woodbury and Hardwick are trying to use tourism and recreation to build an economy that's been through a lot. We saw Barry, and I know that there's been a lot of concern here.
Secretary Buttigieg says the best approach states can take is to plan for the future, because he says climate change could make these types of storms more common.
We can't go into the future requiring communities to put everything back exactly the way it was if a 100-year flood is about to become an annual event.
To help, Secretary Buttigieg says they've created a new infrastructure program called the PROTECT program, designed to make states' highway, transit ports, and railways more resilient to extreme weather.
Our message is to communities big and small, the federal government is here to help and will provide the resources that are needed.
Governor Scott says with the federal support and the resiliency of everyday Vermonters, Vermont will bounce back.
No, Vermonters will continue to step up, be Vermont strong and tough.
Secretary Buttigieg says he encouraged all state administrations to apply for the PROTECT program before the deadline of August 18th. In the studio, Tyler Baronski, NBC5 News.